Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. Sunshine Law notice, Lisa?
As required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, adequate notice of meeting was provided on November 21st, 2018, by publication of notice in the express times and posting said notice in the building on the same date.
Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Here.
Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Marqueta? Mr. Crone? Mr. Spencer?
Here.
Please stand for a flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lost the flag for a minute.
First thing we want to do tonight is we have a long-time employee who's retiring, Eloise. The Township Committee, if you want to come on up. I feel a little plaque. A great recognition of your commitment and dedication as the Greenwich Township Tax Assessor from 1986 to 2018. You got it right. Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Get together.
Okay. Looking for a motion to go into executive session. A motion to go into executive session to discuss the pending affordable housing declaratory judgment action and to provide attorney-client privileged legal advice regarding affordable housing development options where confidentiality is required for Mr. Brill to exercise his duties as our attorney. So someone...
Action may be taken upon return to open session.
Did you see that? Action may be taken upon return to open session. Okay.
You motion.
You make, Will makes the motion. Anybody want a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. You want to mark that Mr. Marqueta just entered the room? Yes. Oh, we didn't do, okay.
Roll call.
We just made a motion to go into executive session, Frank, so we're going to do a roll call now, okay?
Any, timing?
About 30 minutes?
Okay.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Dean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Mr. Spencer?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
I could just...
All in favor?
Finally, some,
Okay. Looking for a motion to come back into public session? You want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Right, there was the first executive session at 7:50 p.m. where we had discussed two matters actually, affordable housing litigation, and then we forgot to announce it before we went into it is on the agenda, which is litigation, discussion of settlement dismissal of litigation, no doubt, versus continuation. No official action taken. Copy of these things will be available such time as any determined there is no harm to the public.
Okay. John, you want to give a brief description?
Reverse order, because your down thing is taking much less time. So, it was an old lawsuit that was filed in 2011 against the Township and the Planning Board over the Planning Board's amendment of the Farmland Preservation Plan, and it impacted O'Dowd's property, and they also made a taking claim for damages, and it was dismissed. It was actually fully briefed, ready to go to trial, and O'Dowd wanted to see if they took a dismissal without prejudice, if maybe the county worked out some deal where they would preserve their land. So from 2011 until now, this has been extended twice, but the county finally, they struck a deal with O'Dowd, they preserved their land, so now the settlement agreement will make the dismissal without prejudice. It would be a dismissal with prejudice at no cost to the county. So I'm suggesting a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the settlement agreement.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the settlement agreement with O'Dowd Associates.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, comments, or discussion on that? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And you have 3 originals up there. If you could sign them and give them to me, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, the next matter is the pending affordable housing litigation, and as the public's aware, and the township committee is obviously aware, the professionals were tasked with finding other additional options, and so what we discussed in closed session was a recommendation on which options to pursue, and what my recommendation is, and what I'm seeking a motion for, is to authorize me to negotiate with Ingerman. Ingerman is a 100% affordable housing developer to do a 66-unit, 100% affordable project on the Dumont Road site. They were one of the 8 developers who submitted in the RFQ. That was the site that was originally going to get 121 units. Then it was reduced to 71 units. What the recommendation is that Ingerman will do a 100% affordable housing project consisting of 66 units on Dumont. Also in that motion would be to authorize me to negotiate with Petrucci, not Perucci, not Panattoni, Petrucci, to do a 100% affordable housing site on the Furman site consisting of 64 units. The Furman site is across the street from the Dowell property. So the motion was...
Next to the car dealer.
Across the street from the car dealer.
Yeah.
So the motion is to authorize me to negotiate, try to reach an agreement with Ingerman for a 66-unit, 100% rental project on Dumont Road, and negotiate, try to reach an agreement with Petrucci for a 64-unit, 100% affordable rental project on the Furman site, for a total of 66 and 64, 130 units, which will be 9 units more than our 121, and those units will count towards the fourth round. That's the recommendation.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to authorize John Drill to negotiate a contract with Petrucci for 64 units on the Furman site, 100% rental development, and with Ingerman for a 66-unit development, 100% rental on the Dumont Road site. Anyone want to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Anybody want a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, comments, or discussion?
Yeah, thank you. Do have a comment. So, there are various options that everybody's aware of that we've been considering, and we've been in executive session and discussing. Out of all these various options, you heard about warehousing, you heard about an inclusionary development on Beatty's. This option, we feel, makes the most people in our township happy. Everybody on Beatty's should be happy because this option takes away any development over there. On the Dumont side, it takes away any risk of 121. I mean, there's still possible risk. I don't want to say there's no risk because we're in negotiation with developers. But the risk of fair share housing denying option C goes away. Plus, they get reduced down to 66. So what we feel is, and this is what we've been working on this whole time, which we were trying to make the most people in the town happy. We think that this will do it, and we're going to pursue it from here on in. So I hope the word gets out that the units will be split. Nothing's going to be pursued on Beatty's.
Anybody else? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Are you done? Okay.
Wait. This is for this round only.
For this third round.
So remember, there's a fourth round, so,
Fourth round coming in 2025.
yeah.
You done then, John? You good?
I'm good. You want me to stick around in case there's any further questions you want me to leave?
Or you want to open for a couple?
Oh, yeah, go.
Somebody want to make a motion, open public comment?
Yeah, I'll make a motion, open the public comment.
Anybody else? A second?
I'll second
All in
it.
favor?
Aye.
Anybody wishing to speak or make a comment, come up to this podium, state your name and address, 3 minutes.
Hi, my name's Mike Rice. I'm a small businessman in the area. My question is, I'm wondering why it takes a year and 2 months to purchase a building in Greenwich Township. It's been a year and 2 months ago, and we're still not finished. We've been trying to move our business into 556 North Main Street, and here I am, still haven't been able to achieve that. And that was the question. I already know what some answers for some questions.
Okay.
You might want to ask Mike if he knows anything about this.
Yeah, I was going to say Mike is probably more up to speed. Right, Mike? Or, I mean,
Let's let Mr. Rice sit down. We'll do other public comments, we'll close public comments, and then you can respond, okay? Thanks, Mr. Rice. Anyone else?
How you doing? Mark Forniferri, 102 Beatty Road. With respect to the fair share and the approval to go ahead and negotiate, the negotiation, I guess the first question would be, if you're building 100%, is this on the backs of the taxpayers and the township residents? Because it sounds like it's going to be funded somehow from us, correct?
When you're done, we'll close public comment, then John will make that response.
And then, not knowing much about the Furman property, I'd like to know the acreage and the density coverage compared to the Dumont, and understand why you went from 71 to 66.
Okay.
That's all.
Anyone else?
Bill Duggan, 13 Barnes Swallow Court. I just want to thank the council and all the people involved in this thing for their current efforts and their ongoing efforts, and wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Daniel Moss, I live on 598 Main Street, Asbury, New Jersey, a neighboring township. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that on December 14th, Friday, my child and I were flying parameters over the New Park, Thomasville Park, and the cops had come over and said that we allegedly landed on school property near children. It was absolutely not true. My fellow pilots there were USDA certified, we follow JR 103, the regulations apply. I just want to bring up to your attention that it's not something that happens. I think it's great for the city, and I love making it there.
Thank you. Anyone else?
motion to close.
Seeing none, I'm looking for a motion to close. Will made it. Anyone a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. John, you want to respond?
Yes. So, the goal is to not have the township have to put any money into these, and the way that that would take place is that for the Furman site, if nothing's locked in, but we're going public and announcing this, which is a little bit of a risk, but the concept is, and I wouldn't be saying this if I hadn't been talking with both of the developers, so I have some idea, just hoping that, no one backs out, changes their mind, if things are put on social media or whatever, but to be transparent about it, and I hope it's not gonna come back to bite us all in our behind.
It's your decision. You don't want to speak about it, I understand.
How about, can I talk to you after the meeting? Right.
I totally
Okay, I can tell you the acreage. between 5 to 5.3 acres, and if you have 64 units, that's 8 acres, that's 18 acres. And what was, Dumont was 14 acres, and now, 15 acres? 15 acres, and on the second divided by 66, 15 divided by 66. Yeah, 66 divided by 15 by 4. 4.5. Like I said, we don't need this calculator all easy.
Okay?
Okay?
I think you're good, John, then you can go.
So, let me pack myself up and using that.
Okay, Mike, you want to address Mr. Rice?
Sure. I spoke with Mr. Rice. Where did Mr. Rice go?
He's right there.
Okay. Can you see? I spoke with Mike earlier today, and I've been in communication with Mike since he filed the application. The application is a question that he's frustrated about is the old Piper's Deli, which is, you know, he's the owner of Cannonball Pools. He's looking to move Cannonball Pools from Route 22 to right next door, basically. Filed the site plan with the board. That took some time. There's a lot of more, let's say, difficult components of that site. Septic, access, you know, and so forth. You're on 2 county roads. There's a lot of, let's say, difficult components of what that site offers. That's part of it. The other part of it, and Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Warren County has provided him with numerous reviews and numerous conditions to comply with in order for him to try to perfect his approval so that he can actually go and move his business in and buy the building. So he has opted, and I certainly understand, he's opted not to purchase the building yet. He's under contract, as I understand, until he perfects all the conditions of approval, one of which is the county. The county has come up with an interesting comment recently, and that is that they want an agreement with the township to maintain the sidewalks that will be basically on North Main and on Greenwich Street. It's got 2 sections of frontage. Well, I told Mike, speaking on behalf of the township, that the township's not going to enter into that agreement. They're not. We never have, and I can't imagine why you would on a private piece of property. So that's one thing that's kind of slowed it up. I don't know why the county's requiring this. If they want an agreement with the owner, that's fine. But it's a little more than that. So that's kind of a quick summary as far as what holding things up. Mike, is that a fair characterization?
Wait, can I speak to that? Well, the first thing is, it was supposed to, the whole project when we walked into the township building was to be a change of usage. Change of usage. The building is mercantile, it's retail, all those things. When we walked in here and they said change of usage, minor, $1,500, all this, you know, these are the components. Well, here we are, a year and 2 months later, we're not even finalized, and we're in a what I call a major ordeal to get into this building. And it started from the town, and then it followed up from the town to the county. If we wouldn't have had to go through the situation that we were in, the county would never know anything about it. We wouldn't have had to do all these changes, and we would have probably been in there already. But now, because the business was there running, it was retail, and they made a major deal out of it now because we sent it from the county got it, the town got it and sent it to the county. So then once the county got it, they have jurisdiction kind of over this, and they're saying, well, we want curbs and, we want this and that. Well,
Why is that, because it's on a county road?
yeah, because there's 2 county roads.
There's 2 county
But
roads.
the
637,
town,
638.
the town said, okay, look, instead of doing curbs out front, let's do stripes. So to answer that question,
let's do stripes. So they're allowing us to do stripes out front, but they want to know between an agreement between the town and the county and myself, who's going to maintain them stripes after the fact, because they're allowing us to do stripes instead of curbs. Because obviously...
Well, has this gone all the way through the land use?
Yes.
Well, our process has been done, right?
We've been done for a while.
So the holdup is what, with the county?
Yes.
What, is there anything we can do to help him with the county?
Yes,
Other-
there is.
Well, I'm not asking him, okay?
You are asking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Months ago,
Well, I've spoken with the county, I actually tried, Rich Miller is the county planning department rep that signs the review letters that come out. That's the most recent one, a couple weeks ago, Mike, whatever it is. Okay. That these requirements are contained. Mike and I have talked back and forth a couple times over the past week or whatever it's been. And I said, let me call Rich, I know the fellow pretty well. He happens to have seeking retirement.
I'm here, what are we going to do to help him?
Well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to communicate with the county to see exactly what they need, because the way I read that letter, they're looking for an agreement from the Greenwich Township to maintain those sidewalks. Unless everybody's okay with that, then I've been giving him bad direction, because then that's the simple solution. But, boy, that's a bad precedent.
there's two questions that have been, there's two questions that the county, and it's actually been holding this up. There's actually probably three things now, because when we did our resolution, we were kind of forced to give direction for somebody else to go across our property, and then the county came in and said, no, you can't do that. So that's one thing that we want to resolve, and we felt that we were forced into that ourselves, because now the county's saying something different, and they want us to go a different direction. But from the original letter, like 9 months ago, for our approval, it's been the same two questions. It's the bridge easement, and the stormwater management, and these are questions that the county has.
You're represented by an attorney, I assume, right?
What's that?
You're represented by an attorney, I assume, through all this process, right?
Not,
No?
no. Nope, I didn't think I would need to.
He doesn't have an
I
attorney.
have no, he was represented by an attorney at the land use board.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but ever since then, I haven't been able to get a hold of that fellow, hardly ever, so.
Do you have any suggestions?
But anyhow,
How we can
there's
help
two
him?
questions that have been, ever since, been 8 months ago, that have been the same two questions on every one of these letters that I have
From the county?
from the county, that they just said, all they need is that, those agreements. And Mike and I have had this conversation 6 months ago about, I asked him to present that, agreement to the town so that we can get this figured out. And we haven't had anything done so since. It's been the same thing every time. They keep shooting it back. So now I'm at a point, I need some kind of agreement going on.
Mike, is this something you should review, or should John
Well,
review
here's
the
the
land
thing.
use
I would
board?
agree with Mike, with all due respect to this gentleman, is like, we don't take responsibility. The sidewalks are on private property. I'm sure without looking up the code, the ordinance says that even if it's in our right of way, whoever owns the property, owns the house on that property, or the commercial building, is responsible for maintaining the sidewalk. So it's odd that the county would be trying to, drag us into this when it's a county road. So there's no reason why, normally you would have an agreement with this gentleman, because he owns the property, and they say, okay, fine, if there's a problem with the sidewalk, I'll fix the sidewalk, or whatever the issue is. It's just odd that they try to drag us in, because we really have nothing to do. And
No, it's because in the resolution, if you read the resolution, the way the resolution states of us striping, the county said that's okay.
Right.
The town said that's okay.
Right.
And then the county had us change them up a little bit, and now they're saying, no, there's going to be stripes there. They're going to wear out in some time. We want an agreement between the town and the owner of the property and ourselves, that we come to an agreement that who's going to take care of that. And I know, there is a code that says, the sidewalk agreement is the property owners to take care of it. But we just need that agreement written up.
But it's in the code that he's responsible for, why do they need an agreement?
I sent the county,
No, I'm-
section of the code that talks about maintenance and what the property owner's responsibility. The stormwater management issue that Mike is raising, I also communicated with the county, and this was a while ago, that there's no need for stormwater management. There's no increase in impervious, there's nothing proposed, there was nothing there, so there's no need for any maintenance responsibility. So, but that's not apparently good enough.
Yeah, their comment is, and this has been the same comment for 8 months now. It says that the stormwater management plan and maintenance responsibility for the subject property needs to be approved by the Greenwich Township Land Use Board. Confirmation of the approval shall be provided. So we did provide them with the Mike's resolution for one, and Mike's report, but they want something. They want a little bit more from that. I don't know what it is, but they keep running us past the same question. Those two questions.
And be very careful because it takes running, but this is not a unique situation. Not that it makes this gentleman feel any better, but I would suggest maybe somebody just reach out to the freeholders and just say, look, we're having a problem, we'll get this thing wrapped up, and there's no reason whatsoever for the town to agree to maintain those sidewalks, and if the town doesn't believe there's any stormwater management impact, I imagine they're not doing much on the site anyway, so they're not increasing any of the
It's all impervious now, basically.
Yeah, so
It's
I
a
think,
little section of grass off by a creek. That's it.
yeah, so I think we got to at least attempt that. Otherwise, this gentleman's going to continue to get these letters month after month, which I think is the same situation. So, understood. I think if we can make a call and maybe...
Right, so you two would converse, talk, and figure out something, and
And
let him know, right?
besides the maintenance of it, though, isn't it, they're asking who's going to repaint the lines?
That's the maintenance. Yeah.
Right, right. Well, I mean, this does, and again, I think that's going to fall back on you. There's dozens of line striping companies that are going to do that.
Sure.
So, all right, so we've just got to make that clear that,
So you two are going to talk,
Yes.
get the plan in action, and they'll get back to you.
all right.
Okay, thanks. Okay. where we at?
just
Huh?
airplane issue.
I don't know if there's anything you address with the airplane issue, just tell us that
Mike
they
has the information, question
they were just saying that that what was actually alleged didn't happen, that's all they're saying.
Right, but we asked about the airplane, about the landing at the park last.
Yeah, but we're not gonna talk about that now, that's public. Okay, approval of minutes. Need a motion to approve the minutes of November 29th, 2018. Anybody want to make a motion? I'll make the motion. Maybe we want to second the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Any questions, comments, or discussion on these minutes? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Dees?
Yes.
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 Treasurer's report, December bill list. Anybody have any questions, or want to discuss anything on the bill list?
I just want to discuss one thing, Frank, and I think maybe you can answer the question for me real quick. Green by space, or whatever that's called, give me a second here till I find it here. Greener by design. Exactly, what do they do?
That's open space consultant.
It's open space.
Yeah.
But are they consulting open space?
Oh, yeah, it's at every meeting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He drew up the rules for the park and...
Okay, no, all right, I was just kind of curious. We've seen it show up a couple of times now, and all of a sudden I'm like, who are they really?
No, he's the one who's closed all the deals on the O'Dowd property
Right,
and
okay.
everything, and he's got other ones in works, so, yeah.
That's it, okay.
Okay. Anybody else? No, have anything? We're good then, Paul?
I'm good.
Okay, looking for a motion to accept the page of December bill list.
I make the motion.
Will makes a motion, anybody want a second?
Second it?
We already discussed, roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
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 Tax collector's report.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to accept the tax collector's report on the sewer. Second.
A second. Anybody have any questions, comments, discussion on that report? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Dees?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
Chief Farmer, you're up.
Okay, everyone has the monthly report for them. The highlights 875 calls incidents for the month of November. High incidents in 27 squad calls, 13 alarm calls, 9 burglaries and thefts.
121 motor vehicle accidents and 7 firearm permits applications. Accidents usually get a lot now because the holiday season, a lot of shoppers involved in. And highest month for arrests was 17 adult arrests. And our parking tickets, our traffic tickets were 77, 12 cases assigned to the Texas Bureau for closed. And anybody have any questions on the monthly report?
Since it's budget time, I've been looking at the overtime rates, and I really appreciate how much we've saved on overtime through your work. And we hired the 2 police officers last year, hoping that would reduce overtime, and it reduced it almost enough to pay for the 1 guy, which we almost is what we were aiming for. So, and with the change of the schedule last year, to that fitness schedule,
I think we were down about 40%, and I thought we were down about 60,000. I spoke to CFO yesterday. She said we were down 100,000
in overtime. Yeah, so
that was.
So we hired 2 people last year for the police department, and almost paid for the 1 in the reduction with the allowing the change in the schedule and having the additional man. So we're glad it worked out for us, for you, Chief. Thanks for everything.
Thank you for you guys working on that contract because that.
Oh, and I know what else I meant to tell you several times. I know you have gotten complaints, because I had gotten them, about the truck traffic over on Maple Drive and stuff, and I've seen the guys there making stops, and obviously, you know, I live over in that area. The truck traffic has been reduced significantly in the last 6 weeks since they've been over there being pretty proactive, and a couple of the people who live there have mentioned it to me. So, thank the guys for that effort.
All right. Well, on that note, we are having a meeting soon for the 173 bridge construction. So I'm going to be closing 173.
Yeah.
Completely closing it for a year. So
We may have another problem, Governor. I
Sorry,
understand.
I'm back. I just wanted to mention real quick. After about 4 years of working on it, we finally got our approval from the Division of Corrections for our. We don't have this holding, can't call it a cell, but our holding room. Finally getting approval and getting passed, so we got a clear ticket for that. So that was quite a project to get passed because we had a lot of modifications we had to make to the room, and we're finally clear with that. We get inspected every, I believe, 2-3 years. So some of the things that we get waived on with our stairwell and whatnot, we get waived on. However, in 3 years we might have to address that issue. I did want to just ask if everything's okay to put our awards ceremony on for next month like we did last year.
January? I don't have any problem with it. Do you have any problem? No, that's great.
All right. And in our shop in the top that I discussed that we got the grant for last month, we ran this month was great. Some of the only stipulation we put on the kids, we gave them all 9 kids within the school district $200 from the grant. We just asked if they spend at least that money on at least 1 gift for Toys for Tots. Many of them spent a lot more than that. One kid spent a lot of the money on that, and then all in the family. So it was very humbling that they gave with all that money they were giving. And just last, I want to thank everybody for on the committee for a great year, personally with you, and the respect that you gave me in the police department was very humbling. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Chief, I have one thing that I want to elaborate with the trucks. I've reached out, and it was quite a while ago, to Senator Dougherty, Representative DeMayo, and Peterson about trying to help us get some teeth into the weight limit signs. I'd like to tell you that there was a positive outcome. Unfortunately, there's been no outcome. But I am in the very early stages of talking with the prosecutor about enforcing what teeth are already there, to maybe aid in that, because I know that the largest complaint coming from the officers is there's really no teeth in writing the violation. So hopefully we'll have some positive decision that will give them a little bit more of a bite when they do write a tractor trailer up on 173.
The other option would be discussing with the township attorney about, seeing if there's something we can do with the ordinance to somehow do something.
Well, I'm getting the feeling that the state trumps anything that we would do regardless.
Well, we have a current ordinance for truck traffic, but it's specific to Washington Street. If we can expand that somehow, I don't know, it's an avenue.
Well, we can certainly look at it. I wasn't going that avenue. I was using the state statute and trying to be able to back it up with the fine and the points. And I know that that's currently not being done out of the prosecutor's office, so I thought if we could change his thinking there, that would be a step in the right direction.
Definitely.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Chief. No.
Not right this second, Lillian?
Next month. We're having another public comment towards the end, Jamil. Joe, you're up.
All right, I'll be brief. Buildings and grounds wise, the DPW has finished up the concrete pads in front of the building, the storage building, and the old pumps for the fuel management system, which have been installed. Hopefully we'll start getting reports that once that's up and running. The DPW storage building heat has been completed. It's up and operational. Last month, I bought in a quote I mentioned about putting the fire alarm system in there. I would like to have the township talk to Kathleen, there's still some money left in the capital budget from the building of that to put this fire alarm system in there, since we did lose that building to a fire. The cost for the system is $6,843. That's if a engineer wouldn't have to approve the system. That'd be an additional $600. But it'll be using a cellular dialer. They'll have to run no wires and stuff like that. And it'll have a battery backup on it. So I'd like to get the okay so we can get that in there. That building is protected and monitored by the company that we have it this year. Leaf collection program, as of the end of November, 279 cubic yards of leaves. Snow, the DPW is converted over to snow operations. All the trucks and everything's ready for winter operations. Our unfortunate snow in November, no issues with trucks and equipment, but we did have two mailbox complaints that taken care of and handled. And end of October through November, and end of October, POSHA came around and did supposed to be every 3 years inspection of DPW. We had a list of about 6 or 7 items which have been rectified, and with phone conversation, one guy retired, so forth and so on. So I got to give them a brief syllabus of the corrections we made, and they will forward our letter of compliance. But everything has been taken care of. And just briefly, Thomas Stewart Park, right now, all we're doing is a weekly check of it, going in, driving around, do a little walk around, checking garbage, make sure everything's all right. Last mowing was on November 1st, and I know we brought it up, and I think right now it's on hold about maintaining the park facility for winter. I think that's what I got from the last one. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Joe, before you go,
Thanks,
I got one question. Joe? Leaf-wise, more and more folks participating? Does it seem to be a larger?
Matter of fact, the end of November's number is higher than last year. It's altogether, we were 243 or 250 last year. Right now, I just did the final, we're up over 300, so I'm pushing 400 cubic yards.
Nice.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Animal control report, Will? You want to
Most to accept it.
make a motion to accept? Will makes a motion to accept the animal control report. Anybody want a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments, discussion on it? Okay. Looking for a Motion to accept the police department report, Department of Public Works report, and the animal control report.
Make the motion.
Second it?
Roll call?
Mayor Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
Committee reports. Anybody have any reports from there?
I just got one down about the bidding on the pavilion. Mike, did we say we wanted to go out for the last one? Right? Mark, we're talking about the pavilion, right? We wanted to go one more time out? The bid? Yeah. So you need, some kind of vote then, I guess.
Authorization, to have you put out the bid again. And again, Mark, I'm sorry, excuse me. But the agreement was same package as last time. We weren't changing anything, okay. Yep, all right.
All right. So I could do that now. Well, I'll make a motion and to authorize Mike. This will be this is the third one. So I'll make a motion, and after this one, and that satisfies some kind of,
Well,
requirement,
I
right?
think we need, there needs to be some further discussion with Councilor Lavery about
All right.
that, because that's a little bit gray in my head.
Well, I'm not thinking it's gray at all. It's only the third one if nobody responds. But if people are responding and you're not happy with the bids, that doesn't give you the reason.
Yeah, I know, that was the new finding. That's,
Right.
we thought the other way,
Yeah.
but, since found out that that's the
I know that would be
case.
helpful to find that way, but...
Yeah, no.
Well, we're hoping the bid in the winter would maybe give us better prices,
Sure,
so.
sure.
Well, right.
So that's what we're trying to do.
Everything's put together, so really you're only gonna have to pay for the advertising charge. That's what they pay.
All right, so I'll make the motion to authorize Mike to go out for the third bid on the pavilion for the park.
I'll second. Any questions, comments, discussion? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
One other thing on the park. We had some discussion about, this is more a question for you, Mike, the possibility of getting a kit and then bidding out labor if we can't find something. Labor to put the kit together on the park.
Can you separate
Can you,
Pavilion?
project into, Frank calls it a kit?
for lack of a better
that
word,
you-
yeah.
You get via probably quotes, we're hoping anyway, to be determined, and then obviously then bid out the labor.
Well, I guess if you bought the kit in like the DPW, and I'm not trying to be a joke, you can do that. But I hate to give the opinion because, the old case, which I think I said here a couple of months ago, which was, you want to buy the Ford pickup, but it's over 17.5, so you say, well, if we don't buy the bumpers and we buy those separate, we don't have to worry about bidding because now it's under 17.5. So let me check that, because normally you cannot split it up so that you get under that amount. But like I said, if somebody came in and poured the concrete and then you had the DPW put the kit up or something like that, that's completely different because you're using your own labor. So I will double check that. There may be a way we can do it that way.
All right, yeah, just trying to get the cost down,
So,
so.
and I appreciate that. It's just, unfortunately,
Yeah, I know.
a lot of government regulations on that.
Yeah, I mean, everything was prevailing wage, and,
Right, but I think, just so you're clear, Mike, I don't think anybody, at least at the open space committee level, was looking at the DPW.
Oh, no, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that
Okay.
that is
Yeah, no,
acceptable.
Dan, come on.
We're splitting the bid, so this guy's gonna do the labor, this guy's gonna do the thing. I have concerns that,
Discussion with manpower.
or what if we had volunteers, though? If we had old-fashioned barn raising in the town?
the insurance carrier covers volunteers that are up there, and just make sure you check that with the risk manager, but yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that's all I got.
Anybody else? Mike, professional report, you have anything for us?
No.
No, yes.
Well, just basically one update. Really, we talked about the park. I forwarded out to everybody earlier today a letter which kind of summarized my meeting with Bob Sampson earlier this week. Kind of puts that forward, and I'm waiting for a response, obviously, from Bob on his schedule. So that's that. The only other matter is follow up from last month. And the reason I didn't send out a report, by the way, if anybody was waiting, I knew it was going to be pretty quick and simple tonight, so I didn't want to waste time and obviously money putting a report together would be almost identical to last month's. But the water main project. and with the discussion from last month about the repaving of the trenches. Okay. I had a lengthy phone call and discussion on a couple of different occasions with both a fellow by the name of AJ, who's the head Arcadis guy on site, and also with John Herring, who's the head Rio Tinto guy on site. They were, neither of which were in any position to commit, and neither of which really took my complaint and request or both. All they kept saying, Mike, it's temporary. I said, fellas, you drive on the damn thing. I said, it's really bad. I said, there are certain areas that are really, really bad, and I said, and I kind of heard it from the Township Committee last night, just for, again, not after from a couple weeks ago, when we had. And so they said they were going to look at it and get back. I spoke with the one guy yesterday, still no answer. Now, of course, time is passing. We're in the middle of December, and I have no answer other than it wasn't met with any favoritism, so to speak.
How is the state and the county now complaining about their roadways on the way they're paved? Like the 57 area in New Village is horrendous.
Well, I don't know if they're not. I have not heard that they are.
Is there a way we could team up with them? County, state, and...
How much further until they correct it the right way? I mean, when they...
Well, it'll probably be... I just heard this today, as a matter of fact. The amended schedule right now is taking the project to substantial completion September 2019. So, and they're basically now going to be done for the next 2 months. They're pretty much off-site now. So they're hoping to start back up either middle of February, beginning of March.
So anyone
That's
from
a
the
long
Fed,
time. That's a long time.
monitoring this, that we could go to them and say that we're not happy about this? I mean, they were...
There's a person by the name of Nika Flaber, who I've communicated a little bit via email with on a couple things. She's the EPA contact that I've never met her. I've been in a meeting with her or anything. I don't know what her presence is on the project, if any. What's the idea about getting the other agencies together? See, they haven't really worked on any county roads because the county permit is still outstanding. The only county road they're really impacting to any degree is Edison Road, and they haven't done anything at Edison Road because they don't have permit. So it'll really be us and the DOT, which, hey, they carry a lot more weight than,
It's bad. You're driving on the
it's horrible. I dread driving over it every time I go home. And I pray that I can move over. I know. So I still haven't gotten a definite no, but I certainly haven't gotten a definite yes. And now it's December 20th.
Now, who signs off on them doing it like it is right now? Who's inspecting it? Who's saying this is acceptable?
It was all...
I know it's temporary, but even a temporary job's got to have some kind of standards.
We talked about this last month. I mean, there's a lot of... I mean, our office was out there to some degree, not all the time. We were there more for actually the restoration and the backfill of the pipe and the trench. That was really more our
Well, let's follow up. You contact these agencies, and I would even contact that woman from the EPA. Just tell her we're not happy about it, and,
see if there's any, right, I know, there's...
throw them out of our parking lot.
And it's, really all that.
Oh, we're throwing them out of our parking lot. Okay. Old business. Anybody have any updates on the e-glass mail system, e-glass system?
John Paul and I were talking about trying to satisfy the legal arrangements on the subject matter, but we don't have an answer for that yet.
That's right, and you're supposed to come up,
Yeah, or Brad has John Paul coming up to explain something to you, right?
we could do that, I guess we could do it now.
Okay, what? Yeah.
Sure. But the email situation, we haven't got that all cleaned up yet, but we're still getting answers.
Yeah, this was, there were a few things I think we needed to cover. Hello? Yeah. So I know that you had mentioned that, something about the web service. You want to start with that letter?
Yeah, so the current email provider has notified the township that they're getting out of that space. It's probably just as well because they've even admitted it's not something that they want to do anymore. That seems to be a point of contention. They handle the mail. It's a legacy hosted email. It's not secure. They've admitted that. They've had some recent issues surrounding that lately. The archiving services are useless. We had a court case, I think it was last year, where they asked me to do some data mining. It was actually probably the worst scenario of data mining I've ever experienced. It was absolutely useless. Whatever the results were illegible, and so I could not provide the attorneys with the information they needed. I recommend to the township that they cease paying for that. In the meantime, archiving services are a separate product from your email hosting. So I suggested if you're not going to get any benefit out of it, use out of the data when you need it. There's no point in archiving it. So save yourself that one. There was a discussion, and I put a proposal in last year to move that your email hosting for the township over to the same hosting, Office 365. Microsoft's taking over that space. There's not going to be any competitors in that cloud business. So you're going to see the top tier start to wing off, and now you're dealing with someone who's not even a middle tier that's hosting your server. They can't compete. And so, I made the recommendations last year. I moved the police department off of their hosting, and they've been happy with it since. I also made a proposal that we start archiving their mailboxes. There's a cost for that a month. It's a cost per mailbox. But the beauty of it is when you go to look at email, you can look at it real time at the archive. Any email that comes in and out does not get lost. It gets captured, and it's held in the cloud, and you can access it. It's secure, and if you need it for attorney reasons or any other reasons, you can go back. It never gets lost. People can delete their email, you can get hit by ransomware. You'll always be able to retain it, and that's something that should be added to the police. So that's basically the vote to get the township off of the legacy hosting and onto something more.
So, yeah, I got a question for you on that. So you had mentioned greenwichtownship.org in your letter. Because when I contacted Cindy, who runs the website, she sent me back, her response was that it has been updated. I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, so she takes care of the website hosting as well.
Right.
She updates the website with, and that's a separate service that they
But
provide.
you were talking about going, like, she has a contract. Who handles the contract for greenwichtownship.org right now?
Well, so you have, so I handle certain entities. The only piece I don't is the email for the township, basically, as far as, this discussion, which is a rarity. It does happen in some cases, but most of my clients, I manage that all because what happens is you contact Cindy. She only will reset the email password. That's it, as far as she goes. And then I get called in because it's a computer entity now that I manage for you. And now I've got to call her, so you're paying two people for, again, a hosting service that
Right.
isn't worth staying on. So
But as far as the URL, the site itself,
so as far as the website, I have no, nothing under contract and, to manage that for you. That's something that she does solely for you.
but who's paying for the actual, the site itself, like the URL? Okay, so it's not going for you, though.
No.
See, it was kind of confusing when you put it in the email. I thought, you put greenwichtownship.org in the email, I thought you were talking about the website, so.
Yeah, well, I said, we could talk about moving that as well. That is something that I can handle for you, but...
That's where you're going,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's, again, I'm not saying that she's bad with that. I think she's fine with that. I don't know, I can really speak to that. But, it's something where if you look at costs and services, you should probably do that in-house as well. I do updates for people. I don't know what she charges you, but I can tell you, I charge a very minimal price per month.
All right, so we'll hit you up during the budget process. We'll definitely do a comparison, and we'll look at that, okay. So the other thing was the hardware and the cost for the So that's really what,
Well, yeah, I just need to know what the, exact concern is so I can speak.
yeah, so how many computers we were talking about? One of the computers, we just got the pricing like, for me, I work in IT, I have a laptop.
Right.
I look at laptops, they're going for $500, we're getting $1,000, you know. So I wonder if you could just bring it down to like something that's functional, but it's not,
Okay, yeah, I'll try to keep.
okay.
So, the place I live in or work in, been doing this 20 years. I'm only going to say this because it speaks to a statement of what I do. I have not advertised one year. I barely have a business card, which is close to that out of my life, which is like market. It's open free. That's because I know what I'm doing when I'm placing a piece of hardware. For 20 years, you know, I know what will withstand, the endurance of what people need to use it for. So, for instance, I've seen too many times I have some clients that I just do projects for, I don't manage and maintain their hardware. Most of them I do. And the ones that I don't, there's a few that they will take a hardware and they'll buy it and they'll even today buy 4 gigs of RAM or 8. And they'll hand it to somebody, and even the processor, they'll get an i5 or an i3. What they're going to find pretty soon is in 2.5 years they're replacing that, and they barely got the performance out of it because computers are like humans, are like cars. As you use them, right, they're going to wear down. Computers have one aspect about the difference from humans and cars is they don't get maintained to keep themselves performing. So they're going to degrade performance. When I place a hardware, when I sell it to somebody, you're going to have that for 5 years plus. So if you take that cost and you say, you know, hey, it's higher, hey, I'll agree with you. I'm hitting not the top of the line, but I'm not going to give you bottom line. I'm giving you middle tier, but it's something that you're going to have, and that person has products. And I guarantee this, that person will not have, you won't be calling me that much at all, or any of that hardware or performance. So what the other problem that people don't see is the soft costs. That's become actual real costs. And I call them soft costs because people don't realize it. When you go for a lesser performance piece of hardware, the end user is going to not get the performance, they're going to have issues, and you're going to be calling me. So now they have downtime that you're paying them for, and you're paying me more for when you could have spent a few $100 more dollars for it. So I was interested in this discussion was, hey, are you hitting a high margin on this, or are you overselling?
No, I don't think anybody's questioning the margin. I just, the thought was, do we need that high end to satisfy the town needs?
So, for instance, Lawrence Township, we gave the DPW used hardware at one point, and it wasn't bad. And then we bought them a lesser, a lesser priced hardware, but again, performance was sacrificed. We ended up replacing that thing in a couple of years. And I said, look, I'm not doing this anymore. You guys want to go that route? You buy your own, but remember, I warned you up front. We placed a brand new, the same hardware, like I said, it's the same one I place everywhere, and I sell to everyone. Not a problem. And, and again, and the clerk over there had hers at least now 5 years, and it was a laptop. So, and that's the reason. That's really the reason, is you're going to get what you expect, your end users are going to be productive, and you won't have to look at replacing that for 5 years.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
No.
Well, we're gonna have to sign off on these, so you sent the itemized list, so everybody should take a look at it. Is it, I don't know, because I know Brad had a lot of questions on it. He's not here tonight, unfortunately. So I don't know that we will want to table approval of it until Brad has his chance to ask some questions.
Yeah, I think you need to give Brad a chance to ask.
Can we get by another month?
Well, we
I
can,
can tell you it's almost impossible for Jamie to do this job right now.
We can't get by another month?
She's very important. Her entries are very important, so.
I just wanted to give Brad his
Well,
opportunity.
we could put it on the agenda for the reorg meeting to approve it at that point. I mean, then we're only waiting until January 3rd.
All right.
2 weeks.
How's that? That's what, okay. All right. We'll go over it. You'll
I have
we'll discuss, you know,
Yeah,
we'll,
that's
we'll,
fine. I just
Sorry
want you
about
guys to be happy, and that, that's why, so if you have a question, I'd be happy to answer more of them, for Brad. Decide what
no, I
you-
appreciate you coming down.
Yeah. And then the other thing, we don't discuss now, but there are some things that need to get done still. They're very, just leftover stuff that I've been working on, but we can, discuss that separately.
Okay. Maybe we'll have a meeting, offline, a separate meeting. Well, you come in one day and we'll talk about everything we need to do in the next upcoming year. Just we got, especially the budget talks are coming up, so,
Okay.
all right?
All right, and then, I'll get some back and answer.
Yep, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Park security's on here. Brad usually puts it on. Does anybody have anything to talk about for park security tonight?
There's your expert, right, the expert's right there.
The update on the cameras.
The chief's right there, if you have a question. Isn't he working with Brad?
Yeah. You don't have any updates on that, do you?
No, we met, we were, Brad, was, happy with that, questions answered, so just waiting for the contract to sign off on that threshold that you guys had set.
Okay. And then,
We'll get started with the case of the whole project.
okay.
Because
You don't have anything new to discuss? Are you done?
No, it's just part of old business, yeah. No, there's nothing to discuss.
I got, old business, the question I asked Mike about the, airplane things over at the park.
I don't know somewhere.
Remember last
Yeah,
week?
okay, go ahead, I don't care, yeah.
Did you find the explanation out for the,
Yeah, you can't land and take off in the park without permission or some type of permit.
okay.
I mean, you can
Those
fly
guys are
over
here.
it, but you can't, it'd be like driving a four-wheeler down
So do we have to do a resolution for,
Is
there.
that,
No, it's just, you got a park rule now that says you can't do that. It doesn't say particularly no, but it says you can't, you can drive on the field or land, so you're taking off the landing of the field, you're not allowed to do that.
okay.
Other than that, the FAA, they can fly wherever they want.
And it's just they're aware of it over there and
Like,
Chief's
yeah, I
aware of
think
it.
their question was, they were flying around, they can fly around, it's just if you land on, obviously if there's people walking in the park or something like that, you can't do that without getting permission from the committee to do that.
Well, with that being said, though, and I don't know if it was these gentlemen or not, but we're talking about the ultra glides.
Heights, yeah.
Were you all in the park, like 3 days ago?
White trailer?
White trailer? Because
No.
there were 3 of them that I don't know, I guess they were landing because they were packing up and taking away.
That was it.
Okay, is that when it was? All right, so that's taboo, right? Right.
Yeah, you can't, it's a motorized, there's a whole host of reasons why that's a bad idea, just like they're up to run four-wheelers.
so is that what happened? You guys landed there?
Yeah, we took off and we landed.
And we landed, okay.
But they're ultralight vehicles, they're particularly considered a PPG, or powered paramotor, and they fall under the FAR Part 103, which is not to be confused with airplanes or anything.
No, I totally understand that, and actually I have my office do research on that. So you guys can fly wherever you want. I'm just saying that you can't land and take off wherever you want. You can't, like I said, I mean, you can just think of the risks involved in that, the inherent risks. Just as if somebody was driving four-wheelers on the field, just as somebody riding a motorcycle, you can't do that. I'm not saying, that there's very little regulation with regard to those type of aircraft, or whatever you want to call them, but it's just the landing and the taking off of that is town property, so.
Okay.
Okay, you good one? Okay. Looking for a motion to adopt the resolution 2018-87, the lease agreement with Fulton Bank of New Jersey, which is regard to the police vehicle. I'll make the motion to adopt it.
I'll second it.
This came up last month, if you can remember, we had
Yeah.
get it rewritten and stuff, so. We got a second, anybody have any questions, comments on it? Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Westman?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Resolution 2018-88, looking for a motion to appoint the tax assessor Jennifer Carabelli for full...
This last month,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
For the 4-year term, inclusive.
We don't,
So
it's...
this is just going to supersede last month's resolution? Okay. So this resolution is going to supersede last month. She's appointed for the full 4-year term of July 1, 2019 through June 30, 2023.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Any other questions or comments on it? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
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 2018-89, resolution setting the 2018 salaries, which should have been done in January and for some reason was never brought
Make a
to our
motion.
attention. But,
There is a clarification. I know that Brad's not here, Kathleen's not here, but I have discussed it with Mike, and we do not have to list specifically names of employees that are no longer employed with us,
okay.
because that was a holdover from last year. So that will just be removed, and all the things that are now highlighted will be...
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution 2018-89.
Second.
Roll call?
That was you?
Yeah.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
2018-91, resolution to cancel a sewer balance of $64.07 from an account. I'll make the motion, we adopt the resolution.
I'll second that.
Any questions, comments on it? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
Transfer resolution for 2018-92, which is just transferring accounts for the end of the year budget. Anybody have any questions? I'll make the motion, we adopt it. Anybody want a second?
Second it.
Anybody have any questions or comments on it? It's just a housekeeping, so roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
2018-93 is just a resolution to reimburse a resident for a mailbox that was knocked down during the snowstorm. We'll make some motion. I'll second. Any questions or comments on it? It's only the amount of $35, and $35 for a post, 70. Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to make a motion to authorize the police chief to advertise for a crossing guard.
Second.
Any questions, comments, discussion on it? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes.
Next is the discussion on the rec, open space reorg.
Bob, before you want to, resolution 21890, we skipped over the tax lien redemption.
Oh. Okay. Resolution 2018-90, tax lien redemption. Anybody want to make their motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Any questions, comments? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Marqueta?
Yes.
The 9K, that's, Brad, you just put that on, or did you want to discuss that?
No, well, the only open item on there, we talked about the bidding, but is the organization of it, and whether or not we have to do it by ordinance, and
Well, the only concern I had was that...
and we have to have terms.
For the Open Space Park Committee, you have given them duties that are the Recreation Commission duties by statute. So, in order to do that, you have to change the Recreation Commission to the Recreation Committee in order to take those duties away from the Rec Commission, as far as scheduling and stuff like that. They're specifically in the statute delegated to the Rec Commission.
And what are the implications of changing the rep?
Really nothing. Really what happens is,
Bless you.
you just, by changing it from a commission to a committee, you can give them all of the duties you want, or when you created them, when the town created them by statute, they get all the statutory duties. So you can't pick and choose which ones they get, not that you're doing that. But if you want to take some of the duties that are by statute, the Recreation Commission, you have to either ask them to, you have to put that committee under the rec, right, as part of the rec. Or you just make the rec commission a rec committee, so you give all the other duties except for the ones that you're moving over to Open Space Park. So,
So in order to do that, then you have to create an ordinance, or,
yeah, there's an ordinance where you, and we've done it in other towns, it's just basically saying...
so would you need one ordinance that creates both committees, or are there two separate ordinances? How does that work?
It's cleaner to do, it would be cleaner to do two separate ones, but you could do it as one. But when you publish it, because you want it to be clear if somebody's... But,
So you want to authorize them to go ahead and do that, or?
yeah.
So just do it separately.
And I'm just...
The other thing that comes up when we're off this topic is with commissions. And the historical is a commission now. Every time we try to do something, we run into problems because everything's by ordinance. it almost seems to me it would make more sense to have everything as a committee rather than these commissions. I mean, to facilitate
It does,
that.
like-
When we had problems with the rec committee a few years back on how to pay bills and who authorizes them, and that was a nightmare. The Historical Society, to transfer like a couple $100 for that fundraiser from us to them was like, it took an act of God.
So you're saying make all three committees?
Oh, I'm just saying, I think someone should look into it. It sounds like committees run easier than commissions.
The reason people could just, it's like industrial commissions, rec commissions, and stuff like that. If the towns in the past, not this town, but back in the old days, they were created so that the town could actually buy property, but it really wasn't the town buying it, right? So if the committee or the council wanted to buy something, they would just say to the nudge, wink, wink, industrial commission, why don't you buy that property? And then there's a 10-day period with American veto or whatever, and with the rec commission, they have the power to buy property, and so, the committees could go, well, it wasn't us, they bought the property. But really, you give them the same duties. The only thing, like I said, and I'm not trying to create problems, it's just that by creating the Open Space and Park Committee and taking those, you really can't do that, because statutorily, those duties are in the Rec Commission's problem.
What if we just made the rec a committee and kept the OS as an ad hoc? And could they still take over that stuff?
Yep, absolutely.
When you-
Rec never does the scheduling of fields at all, never did.
You're in violation.
Well, you could, the Rec Commission could say, we're gonna like,
Members, I
but-
don't believe that.
right, but if there was a change and you weren't there anymore, the people who are there now weren't there, they could say, hey, wait a minute, that's our, you can't do that. So if you just create a committee, what's nice is,
So you have two
everybody gets along,
options.
the Rec Commission gets along with the municipality. Normally, a lot of the Rec Commission
Oh, yeah.
is trying to manage the Rec Commission. That's not the case here.
So it sounds like we got two options. We have to change rec to a committee in order to split those duties out. Right, so that has to be done. But the question is whether or not we make the open space an ad hoc or a regular committee.
Can't really matter, does it?
Well, no, you could still have them do the scheduling, but they could be an ad hoc doing the scheduling,
Well, who
right?
does the schedule now, if it's not the rec?
Or the rec's doing the scheduling.
I don't think we ever felt it was appropriate for us to.
So probably the teams themselves figured out who would have the fields for times.
We went to the township clerk or whoever was here,
Mhm.
that's all.
At least one of those.
It actually was so simple, it just, we would be getting telephone calls from the township clerk, and she said, I have a request for this such a
Yeah,
date,
yeah.
is it available? And we said, nothing's scheduled, sure, go for it.
So we're gonna have to decide whether or not we want Mike to make the OS an ad hoc or a regular committee.
I'm just making a committee, I mean, there's no difference, I
Yeah,
don't
and
think.
you know what the
Well, you gotta
is?
put terms then. On
You have to put terms in
You
the
have to
committee,
put-
if it's ad hoc, we don't need.
But it's up to you guys. You can put whatever terms you want. You can say it's 3 year, we pick them out of a hat. You can say it's year to year, however you want to set up the committee.
And I don't want to upset anybody in there, because I don't know if the Historical Society will be upset if we took it from a commission to a committee. I don't think they will, because I think it just makes everything flow easier. Am I wrong with what I'm thinking here?
No.
I mean, the last couple of years, I know the first year was on, we were going through how to do the payments for rec, which was a big issue,
So,
because,
we've done that every year since the 9 years I've been, or 8.
what's that?
It's always been a payment issue, because we
Yeah.
have a large part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just the way, the mechanism to facilitate it, not a matter of the amount of the money.
Yeah, it was.
And the poor rec, the Historical Society, all we wanted to do was transfer like $395 into their account, and it was like, we had to get 17 approvals.
Well, they still haven't gotten the right ones, I don't think.
Yeah. Huh?
One reason that sometimes you create them or you want to knock them back down to the committee is because if they're a commission, they can actually spend their own funds,
Right.
right?
They can buy property.
They can have a
Yeah.
bank account, they can spend funds, they can take in money.
Maybe a property I can buy more for rec.
So, that I think is why the historic commission might not be okay.
Well,
with it.
yeah.
I'm not talking about
You-
that, but.
No.
Well, you want to direct him to look into it, or you want to have, you and Brad want to meet and discuss it with Open Space and Rec and see which way
We've
you wanna
already, we
go?
brought it up in our last meeting.
Don't you really care, it doesn't matter.
We brought it up in the last meeting, I don't think anybody really cared, because we mentioned we could stay at ad hoc.
And you put the same people.
I would say that I really don't understand it, but I know the basic,
Yeah.
it's a very valid point where you say it's about acquiring land, and that's no brainer.
Well-
Well, you know, we gotta change the rec to a committee in order to give...
Yeah, that's fine.
In order to give the responsibilities...
We need a motion to authorize him to draft it?
Yeah. And we could hold off on OS if you want to still think about what you want to do with it.
Oh, no, let's do open space as a committee, too.
Okay.
And then, once you do that, it'd be easy for February. In the meantime, we'll talk to the Historical Society, see if they're gonna have any complaints going back to the
Okay.
committee. And then in February, we can do that, because it just seems easier.
So I'll make the motion then to authorize Mike to look into creating an ordinance to change the rec to a committee and the OS, Open Space and Parks, to a committee.
Well, I would also do the Environmental Commission then also.
Well,
No, then you get other problems though, because then you have an environmental commission, you gotta have a certain member of the planning board, I mean, there's other things that
Well, there's already that in with the commission as it is.
Okay.
I mean, there's a member of the commission that's on the, Class 4 or Class 2 on the planning board.
I just gotta check and see what the other.
Okay, we'll check. We don't have to do it this month.
Because you just need the same member,
Right.
you have the same terms and everything else, I think it might create a problem.
Okay.
Let me just check.
Yep.
Okay. So, you still need, I'll second the motion. I guess we had comment, questions, discussion already. Well, you don't have anything, right? Okay, roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
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 Okay. Before we go into executive, I want to move public comment up so these folks can go home if they want. But before we do that, I wanted to make another presentation, because I see Will's wife's here, and she's probably not going to want to sit through executive session. Well, on behalf of the Township Committee, we'd like to give you a plaque commemorating your service to the Township Committee from 2015 to 2018. We're grateful recognition of your commitment and dedication as a Greenwich Township Committeeman. And I'd like to personally thank you, for the last couple of years, you really did a great job working with Joe and DPW. You guys resolved a lot without a whole lot of fanfare, and you did a real good job there, and we appreciated it. And same thing with animal control, you brought that around to a much easier situation, so thanks and everything. And good luck. Okay. Public comment. I'll make the motion, we open public comment.
Second.
Okay. Anyone wishing to speak, come up to the...
I have a question about the truck. I live on County Route 639, Long Gun Road. There's constantly 18-wheelers going up and down that road, morning, noon, and night.
Did you notify the chief?
Well, actually, after we get done, I have the answer for that. I already know.
I asked a couple of times about it, and I was told that there's no
Okay.
weight limit on it, so...
Well, in a nutshell, that's exactly it. Even though the road travels to a road that has weight limits, there are no weight limits on that road. There are only signs, the signage there was for a 10-ton weight limit road ahead. So that, unfortunately, it's a challenging situation, you're absolutely right. There's no weight limit on it, but they're heading to a road that's got a weight limit on it. I don't have, the chief and I have discussed that once before, about trying to figure out where the traffic was coming from, but there's no real super right answer for that, Lillian.
For my road.
For your road, right.
Okay.
Hey, good, Mark Point, Ferry, 102 Bates. Just one quick question on the agenda. What's the 108 Washington Street demolition quote?
Well, it's,
Just brief me on it.
we have a house that that we foreclosed on, right next to Mr. Cobra's. It's that yellow one that's collapsing.
Who owns it now?
We do.
There's an oil tank, just so you know.
Yes, we know it. Yep.
It's right next to the stream.
Yep, we know it.
Just so you know, just real quick back history, Mike might remember this, the reason the old school issue always came to be an issue, it was not because of the asbestos or anything, it was because of the oil tank. Oh, boy. I was approached several years ago about 108 Washington Street, and I told many members of the board, none of you were there, stay away from them with them.
Now, we were forced into having to foreclose on it ourselves. It's our problem.
That's only the basement, though, right?
Yeah.
Joe Maxey, the agenda jarred my, and I tried to bring it up during my report. Could we advertise for that second part-time guy again? I've had no hits. I've talked to other people, the 27 hours a week, the yearly part-timer. I'm still down one guy.
It's been authorized in once, is it? You got
I'd
authorization, he
like
gets
to
put back in, right?
re-add. We haven't gotten nothing,
Yeah.
just to.
You don't need
to go
me.
ahead.
Like,
I just want to run it past you, because we got to do something else.
Yeah.
No hits on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Anyone else? I make a motion to close.
Right.
All in favor?
Aye.
You folks are welcome to wait around, but you, anybody who does leave, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. Looking for a motion to go into executive session to discuss contract negotiation, police contract, and personnel long-term disability policy.
Motion.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Bob Lillian, you can stay again for this?
Oh, the only, you can stay
You
in.
can stay.
Don't even need any motions for anything, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mike?
Okay, we emerged from executive session at 9:22 PM, where we discussed two matters. One was police contract under contract negotiations. Next was long-term disability policy under personnel. No official action was taken. Copies will be available at such time as the three determines there's no harm to the public.
Thanks, Mike. Correspondence, anybody, do you have anything?
You asked me to mention.
Oh, yeah.
Get a thank you note from Mike, and he left for
Yeah, I don't know if you know, Mike's stepfather passed away, and we sent flowers to the township, and he said thank you, so, actually, I wanted to have it read while he was here. I forgot about it. Okay, motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, listen real quick. How did you...